Good morning. Apparently you're going to get the froggy throat and everything because it really is morning and I'm just getting going. Yes. So I just literally got a cappuccino put together in my cup. This is the cappuccino. Have you had this brand before? If you can see it. There you go. French vanilla. I just got that stirred up in this little mug that I got when I was in Canada. I was going to say California for some reason. No, I was not in California. I was in Canada. Now, I want to add a little bit of cream to my cappuccino. I'm doing this with my hand because sometimes it makes it focus. You know what? I didn't even open it yet all the way. See? In the meantime, I did see we had a couple people stop in before the stream started. J&J, I know, stopped a while back. And Northern Ohio Railroad Action, aka Nora, was here earlier today. Of course, Mr. Giggles himself and Lee. So like I said, I'm going to put a little cream in my cappuccino. And I put a little cream in my oatmeal because I don't have any milk at the moment. As you can see, I have a little bit of oatmeal with some strawberries and a tiny bit of cream going on. Just going to mix that together. Yeah, make it nice and creamy. But yeah, I haven't been live for a while on this channel, so I thought, let's go live. Probably be live for about an hour. I do see that my friend Beth is in the chat. Hi, Beth. I guess I haven't really talked to anybody yet today. I didn't know I was going to have a froggy throat. Ribbit, ribbit. I got this the other day. I thought it was kind of funny. It says, welcome-ish. Depends who you are and how long you stay. I would say most people here, you just welcome. But the ish is for the people you don't care about as much in life. You know, like, Didn't think about that. Talking and eat oatmeal might not go good together. Maybe I should drink first. Yeah. Anyway. Good morning. Oh, good. Beth says, I'm here for breakfast and laughs with friends. That's exactly right. But I figure I'm having breakfast before I have to go work this afternoon. So, figured I'd go live. Be here for about an hour maybe. And then, and then get my day going. And then I do have a rental I have to work at my work this afternoon. So that I'll squeeze this in. And we can all relax together. Ooh, hot. Now, don't mind. It's not this season yet. But hey, it is getting cooler out, so we're getting closer, right? So Beth or anybody else here in chat, what are you having for this morning for breakfast? Are you having cappuccino? Are you having tea? Are you going to have some coffee or just some water or some juice or nothing? Nice and warm. I do have my handy dandy brush because I just had a shower not long ago, so I'll probably have to brush my hairs again. Yes, I said hairs. I have more than one hair on my head. I know we say hair, singular, but come on, look at all the hairs a person has. Lots of hairs. I have my plug-in, yes. I have my phone plugged in with a nice little saying on the back. I also have my notebook because I like to write in my notebook every day. It keeps me organized. This was yesterday's. So, depending how it goes here, I might start filling out my notebook for today. Actually, I'm going to tear this out. Make all your ears go, what? A different list. Yes. Sometimes you got to lick your fingers. Oh, look who's in the chat. There's Toy Man. Oops. I'm losing my papers. Yeah. Flip the page. Got that ready. So what I like to do is I like to look what I had done the day before, because some of that stuff will then go to the next day. Some of the things are things I do every day anyways, and some things maybe I didn't get to. Are any of you guys that way? Gals or guys, I should say. Have any lists? Like some people are just wing it all the time kind of people, and some people have a list. It's not that we can't survive without a list, but it just is nice to keep us on track and not have to have it looping in our brain and then try not to forget it. So I have my daily list. I also have like a grocery list. And then over there yonder, I do have like a calendar that I write down like all my work hours and extra things not to forget. That's more for like a week's worth or month's worth or whatever, not just per day. I do see that Maria is here. Good to see you. Oh, and she shared it out on Twitter. That is very, very nice of you there, Maria. Thank you for doing that. Sharing is caring, and it's free. Oh, nice warm cappuccino. Okay, so let me see. I haven't been here for a while. Oh, there it is. So for Maria, for sharing this out, this is for you. And of course, when you swim on in, you need to relax. Oh, my R looks funny. Wait, there we go. You need to relax. Hit that thumbs up if you would. You can also share in the comment section here, or chat, or live chat, what kind of beverage you're having. And maybe what you're eating. Right now I'm eating oatmeal, and I'm going to try to eat some more oatmeal without choking on it. That's my goal. Are you ready? Yes, Maria has other channels. Maria's Good Times, Maria's Fabulous Vibes, because she's just fabulous and it's great vibes all the time. Maria is having water, which makes me think, look at this great thing. I've got this in years past off of, there's like a crumb on it. Anyway, I got this in years past from Amazon. Now, I really like it because, well, for one, it's huge. So you can put lots of water in there. As you see, I gotta fill it up. It's not very much. Anyhow, it's huge. It kind of shows you how much you're drinking. And the other thing I really like about it is it's glass. That way my water is sitting in glass, not in plastic. Now, obviously, when you drink it out of the top, it will be going through plastic, and your mouth will be touching plastic for people that get concerned about that. I like it because it's sitting in glass. This part here is like it just helps protect the glass. I mean, if you drop this, it's probably going to break into a million pieces either way, but it does help a little bit. I do have to show you another feature of this that I like. I haven't really used it, but it's kind of cool. Are you ready? Yes, you are. Okay, so I already showed you this part. You can screw it on and screw it off. I usually just leave it so it's easy. That way no debris, no flies, no bugs get in it. I guess in between, drinking. Yeah, I like to play around with my bottle, apparently. But anyway, if you screw this back on, and then, I'm going to set this down because it'll be easier. You take, okay, there we go. I loosened it up. You take the whole cover off, as long as that's screwed down. You also can use this as a cup. So if you don't want to drink right out of the bottle, you can just pour some in here and drink it like it's a cup. Another feature that I haven't really used, there's no reason, in my opinion, to do this. But if you wanted to, you could. Maybe it's if you have it really full and you don't want to go pouring the whole big full thing into your mouth. Maybe that's why. Anyway, I really like this bottle. I've had it for a couple years now. For me, I have to have things convenient. So if I have water in here, convenient, like I say, once I'm stationary, be it at home or at work, I just unscrew this little thing. And then it's easy, right? Easy access. No dirty minds. Anyway, then you just drink. I guess I could actually do it now. I got it all together. You ready? Yes, drink. Get one today. Not sponsored. Got it off of Amazon. There you go. And for the new people coming in, if you're wondering what I'm drinking other than showing off my water bottle, I am having cappuccino. Have any of you guys had this? It's a French vanilla. It's got great flavor. No, it's definitely not healthy for you, but it's a nice start to the day. And I just top it off with a little bit of whipping cream. So Maria is having water. Maria, are you going to have more than water for breakfast, or do you start having your food later in the day? Some people do that. Some people like to basically fast in the morning and then they don't really eat until lunch or supper. And of course, make sure you let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm assuming you can hear me since nobody said anything. My mic is on, my camera's on. So I'm assuming, unless I hear something. What else was I going to say? I got lots of times to say because it's only 14 minutes in. I was planning to go for about an hour. So, yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So, in regards to eating, it's not like I'm on a big diet kick or anything. But the one thing I have tried to adjust lately is when I have my heavier meal. Meaning, if I'm going to have meat. That's pretty heavy, right? It can be a lot for you to digest. Be it beef or chicken or whatever. It takes your body more time to digest. So I've been trying to have my heaviest meal of the day around lunchtime, which means around maybe noon, 1 o'clock. Sometimes 11 o'clock because I'm hungry, But give or take noon, we'll just say. And then when it comes to being supper time, when in the past would have been my bigger meal, because, we get busy in life, and then we're like, oh, now we'll finally work on making supper. And we have this big, heavy meal. And then we wonder why we're having heartburn, can't sleep, don't feel good. Well, that's part of it. If we're having a heavy meal later at night, it's hard on your body. So instead, I might have some fruit. I might have salad. I might have some vegetables. And to tell you the truth, by reversing it and having my heavier meal at lunch, I'm not really that hungry by supper anyways. So I've noticed if I skimp on breakfast, skimp on lunch, and then do the heaviest at supper, I'm more hungry because I'm like, I am starving, and then I want to eat more. But if you eat more between breakfast and more so lunch, you're not really that hungry, in my experience anyway. Plus, speaking of water, drinking more water helps too, because sometimes you think you're hungry, you're just thirsty. Did I hear you right? Did you mention something about a rental today? Yes, see, at the work, at my work, we rent out the space. And that's usually, well, sometimes they rent it out during the business hours as long as it doesn't affect our normal business activities. But a lot of times it's after hours, and a lot of times, most of the time, it's on the weekends. So yes, you heard correctly that I am about a rental, but it has to do with at work we rent out different options of spaces, and I get to work it today. The nice thing with the rentals, you don't really have to do much other than let them in. Some rentals, like today will be my first rental actually, where they actually want coffee. So I just make coffee, which I already know how to make. And then you just do whatever you want to do for the length of time they're there. And at the end, make sure they've picked up or did what they need to do and then lock up. It's pretty easy. Now, today is only, I think it's about 2 hours of the actual rental. Now, they're doing this, what we call the main room and the kitchen area, which I know we did not prep and get ready for the rental. So I will have to get there at least an hour earlier because I have to put some stuff away and, of course, do a quick mop and that kind of stuff. Now, next week, I believe it's a 5 or 6 hour one, which means more time of twiddling my thumbs and figuring out what to do, but that is more bonus pay, which is nice. Speaking of pay, though, I mean, the pay I get at my work, I guess I'm not just going to keep it a big secret. I get $12 an hour. $12 an hour, which probably isn't bad, but it's kind of like right now I'm there almost pretty much full time because it's just me and one other lady mostly, and another lady, she's only there once or twice a week. But anyway, I'm there a lot. I'm basically there, excuse me, every hour that they're open. And that's a good thing. But it's, basically I would like to find something where I can make a little bit more per hour, a little bit more money for my time. Partially because I need to make more to be able to move on to my own place in life and not be stuck here where I'm living now, which I'm grateful for this step, but I would like to be able to proceed to the next step. That, and plus after one of the ladies come back from maternity leave, my hours will be getting shortened because they'll be divided between more people. So either way, I've been looking outside for other things, and I am starting to do things. I would like to start things, online, which would include counseling options and then maybe some other affiliate jobs or just jobs in general online. So we'll see where I get to on that. But then also I'm working on making a recipe book. It's going to be called like the Toy Fishy recipe book, I believe, or something like that. It'll have Ron and I's recipes in it. And then I'm going to type that all up and it'll be available as a PDF through, I'll have to figure out pricing and stuff. Oh, excuse me. Got a little belch. And I do see that Steve is here. Well, thank you for stopping by. Steve cannot stay, but yes, it's good to see you too. Thank you for stopping by. Hit that thumbs up if you would. And if I didn't mention, I saw this, but I don't think I said it. that Ron is outside having his coffee, which I already figured, I guess. The rooms are for meetings and or social gatherings. Yes. A lot of times it ends up being for birthday parties. We've had just because they wanted to get together with family and it was a great place to do that. Easy. They all meet there, they had a potluck and then they left. That was one of my favorite rentals, actually. They're all very, very nice. And then, of course, anniversaries, graduations. Sometimes it can be driver's training. We've had the 55 plus drivers training there, or the TOPS ladies. That's just a weight loss thing. I mean, whatever they want to rent it for, really. Thank you there, Steve Punk. I hope he says that he needs to tidy up. Well, I hope your tidying up goes very well for you this morning. And after that, make sure you relax. Get the work done first. Maybe take some breaks. Yeah. Yeah. So, gotta go. I've been busy. But trying to balance things again. I would like to get some videos done today before I have to go to the rental and or after. Because I have some videos I have recorded. I just haven't had time to put them together and release them. Also, I want to reach out and talk to Brian and see if he wants to do a game stream here and there. Maybe every week would be too much for him and I. Because I know he's working on things in life and I'm actually busy, obviously, with a lot of working. It's not that I couldn't do it, it's just, do I want to take the time to do that? And then if I add more to what I'm doing now, I still have time and energy to do that. We'll see. I suppose we could maybe we could reduce the amount of time. That might help. Because I think we were doing a 2-hour. Maybe we do a 1-hour game night instead. I don't know. Something about an hour doesn't seem as exhausting as maybe 2 or 3 or 4 hours. Yummy. Are there any other cappuccino lovers in the chat? Or if you were going to have something like that, are you more of a, let's just have some coffee kind of person? Or some tea? Everybody's different. I know at the place that I work, I do a lot of baking and we provide coffee. And of course, they have hot water that they can make hot cocoa or tea. I don't think I've ever seen anybody make hot cocoa. The bulk of the people that come in they just take some coffee and some drink it just plain old coffee. And then some will add a little creamer and some will add maybe some sweeteners of their choice too, be it actual sugar or some of that fakey stuff. And then every once in a while, we'll have somebody come in and make themselves a tea. I think there's maybe 2 people I can think of that make tea. There's some people that'll do the decaf, but most people have the regular coffee. And then there's obviously so many people that like to have their goodies too, their sweets, because that's what I do. I make cake. Sometimes I'll make brownies or something else, maybe a cookie, but tends to be cake of some kind. So there's a lot of people that like their cakes, but still not everybody. So yeah, it's interesting. And for those of you that don't know where I work, we call it the senior center, but it's not like a nursing home. It's like an activities place where people that are 55 plus can go and hang out with friends. That's how I look at it anyway. They can come in the morning, have some coffee, maybe a treat of some sort. Sometimes I make cinnamon rolls for morning. Sometimes. Otherwise, it's cake. Sometimes there's donuts. Anyway, they'll socialize with their friends in the morning. And then, depending on what day it is, if it's Monday or Wednesday, it's going to be bingo day. That's the main thing. They have some other things going on too, like quilting and other fun things they like to do. Exercise too. Some of them exercise. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, they like to play like 500. I think it's Thursdays, they play bridge. So it's just a place where they can play games, where they can socialize and have some coffee and a little treat. And it's a place where they feel welcome and they're surrounded with people that are similar to some degree. So it's nice. It's a place to hang out. It's almost like they should call it like, come on, let's go to the Club 55 or something, you know. Instead of calling it the Senior Center, I think they need to jazz up the name a bit, you know. Me and a coworker and I were talking about that, but we haven't quite gotten it to that yet. But maybe we'll just have to make a sign on our own and unofficially call it 55 plus, or maybe just a Club 55. Yeah, probably Club 55, huh? What do you think? Then when they talk to their friends and family, they can be like, I'm going to the Club 55 today. What do you do? You know, kind of sounds kind of cool, right? Yeah. I'm having some oatmeal, some cinnamon maple syrup oatmeal with some chunks of strawberry as it flops off. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, I didn't choke yet. Well, I did earlier, but not right now. Yes, and like I was saying earlier, I just took a shower, so my hair is still wet. It takes a while for my hair to dry. I usually don't blow dry it because I don't want to damage my hair. Wanda! Good to see you. It's always good to see you, Wanda. Oh, now it's time to stretch. Well, let's see. We have a few ladies here in the chat. Like, we have Beth, Wanda. I'm assuming Maria's still here, and there could be some others in the background that haven't said anything. And you don't have to be a female, but a lot of times I think it's us females that tend to maybe like to write notes and schedules. So I was just going to ask you, like Wanda or Beth or Maria or anybody else that's lurking, male or female, are you one that likes to write out things? Like I know Ron knows me. I like writing out my day. It just gives me, like, I didn't do it for today. Not yet. Today is blank. Here's my day. Obviously, I already knew I wanted to take a shower. I knew I wanted to do a live stream. You know, I already kind of knew some of the beginning things. I wanted to eat. Oh, I guess I wanted to wake up. I brushed my hair. But I don't know. It's just, for some people, I never follow it. Well, I like to put some pretty simple things on there too, just so I can feel accomplished from the get-go of waking up. And hi there, Giggles. I see you're here. Anyway, some of you will probably laugh at my very first thing I put on my schedule for the day. I don't have to put it there, but I do because it's the first thing I can cross off. So once I fill this out, even though it's already happened, usually I have it filled out already. But anyway, the very first thing I put on there is wake up. Now, you just hopefully automatically wake up. As long as we're still alive and breathing, we're going to wake up. I didn't have to do anything, but I get the happiness and accomplishment feeling to cross that off before I even did anything. I could still be laying in bed and I can cross it off. It's great. And then it's just little things, like even meals. I'll write down like breakfast, if I can speak. Sometimes I can. Breakfast, lunch, supper. Not that I'm going to forget. I mean, sometimes I have actually. I take that back. Sometimes the day can get away from me. So it is nice to write that down and give maybe a time-ish that I want to do that at. And it helps break up my day. So things I want to do before breakfast, after breakfast, before lunch. You know what I mean? Like it helps break it up. Plus, if there's something I want to have for certain meals, I can put that thought by it. Like, for example, for today, I would like to have some salmon. I have some salmon in my freezer. So since I didn't write it down yet, but in my mind, I know I want to have salmon, and I'm going to have that for lunch. Because like I say, I'm trying to have my heavier meals in the middle of the day. That means because it was in the freezer, I had to take it out. So it can thaw out for a couple hours so I can cook it. And I have to cook it and then eat it, or at least pack it with, because I am going to be going to work this afternoon, right? So, gotta think ahead. Ah, yes. Yeah, so I guess we all have to find our own group. Like, when I make a list, I won't get everything done on there, but it gives me something I'm going to do every day. Like, I'm going to wake up every day that I'm on this earth, I'll be waking up. And then, like, at the end of the day, I have, like, lights out and try to have maybe about a time I want to go to bed, maybe what time I want to wake up. It just keeps me in order. Now, some of the stuff in between, I'm looking down because I'm looking at my notes here. Like, I have videos I want to edit. And I might have, like, 6 videos I have written down that I need to edit. Obviously, I'm not going to edit all 6 videos today. But I have them all written out, so then as I do it, I can cross it off. And then the next day, I don't even write that one down because it's all gone. So some of the stuff is like a group of things that if I get to editing, these are what I need to do, if that makes sense. If I want to do videotaping, these are my ideas. If I have time, I would like to do some painting. So I have like a little spot here where I'm not going to do it all, but it gives me ideas so my brain doesn't just go, because I'm not one of those people that want to just sit on my butt all day in a chair. Some people enjoy that. That is not me. I would like to have ideas, and sometimes our brains will be blank. And so I can look at my paper and be like, oh, that's right, I wanted to paint today. Or, oh, I want to make some homemade gummies. I forgot about that. So some of the stuff on here are reminders of things if I have time to do. Another thing I write down is a list of supplements, and I'm not always good at taking all of them. Like, I don't know, I have a handful of ideas, right? Let's say there's like 10 different things. Like, okay, one of the things I wrote down is like drinking water. That's not really a supplement, but it's something good to do. So some of the things are just ideas of good things to do. Hi, Vanessa. Good to see you. So I have some supplements and then just good ideas. Like maybe I want to try an electrolyte drink or make sure I'm drinking more water. And some of them are vitamins. But I only did maybe half of what I wanted to do. You know, on that supplement and just good ideas. Apple dumplings will be made later today. Ooh, Vanessa, I would like to be over. That sounds good. And you know, that's something else I could probably do. I could show you guys how I do my my daily lists. Because it's almost like, what do you call that? Like a time block list, I think you call it. It's not necessarily certain times for me because some of my days are going to vary to what the time is maybe. But it'll be like, here's my morning block, here's my afternoon block, here's my evening block. And then basically you have that time to do that thing. Some things you have to do, and some things like, let's say painting. Like in my afternoon block, I would have like videotaping, editing videos, painting, I don't know, just you have certain things in certain blocks, and if you don't get it done, don't drag it on. You just skip it and go to the next day, if that makes any sense. And maybe I can put something together to explain that better. And sometimes you can literally have so many hours. Like, you should have at least 2 to 3 hours in each block if you're going to literally go by time. It's a cool idea. That way you don't feel like a failure. You just get through what you can, and you just kind of loop. What does Beth say? I would do better if I would write lists, but I don't. I do write the episodes of my favorite shows on a calendar after I watch them so I don't miss an episode. See? It's a reminder, right? Yeah, I guess when I write my list, as you can see, it's a very busy list. But see how there's some things not crossed off? And that's okay. Yeah. And then, like I say, this is like the main list. And then this is like my supplements and just health ideas. And then, so I'll have to fill that out after today. Because like I said, my notebook today is empty because I slept in today because I didn't have to work this morning. I took a shower. I did my essentials, got my cappuccino ready, got my oatmeal ready, got the stream. Well, I was ready, but I got it more ready with the intro and outro. I got to update this. This is my grocery list. So, grocery list and then some side errands and reminders of bills. Okay, let's see what this says. 18 apple dumplings. Last year I had 62 apple dumplings for relatives. Wow. I use the Color Note app for my note-taking adventures. Okay, so you do yours digital, because that's another thing. I know there's lots of apps, and if that works for you, you could do it on your phone or on your computer. And I have to say there are certain things that I have used my phone calendar for, but I don't use it that much. For me, there is something about literally writing it on paper that helps me, and I like it. Something about thinking it and then actually writing it out, not just typing it, but writing it out and having this visual with me, and I can carry this anywhere, and I don't have to have internet to see it or my phone. I have to have this though, I guess. For me, I love this, but whatever works for you, do that. Some people just like to just go on the whim, go on the wing. They wing it, and that's the best way. Do it. Some people like apps. Do it. Some people like me like notebooks and calendars. You know what? I'm going to show you. You probably, some of you, not that you probably, some people might have stopped. I'm going to put my little coffee intro on for just a second, and I'm going to go grab my calendar. I think that was it. All right, I'll be right back. How did you like that, huh? It was my intro for today, and it will be my outro too. Oh, that's what I was going to grab. Oh, no, it's right here. I was going to grab a pen, but I have a pen. These pens are awesome. I love these pens. They come from the Dollar Tree. You can get a set of 10 or 12 for $1.25, and they work. They last, too, because you would think from the Dollar Tree, sometimes some of their pens don't work or they don't last long, but this particular brand, I like how you can click it to open it, and they last, and they write nice. They don't smear. So, anyway. And, Jeff, I'm thinking that you might be getting confused, because I know I came to your stream the other day, and you kept calling me Johannes, and I'm like, who's Johannes? No, I'm known as Stella. I'm from Minnesota, And somewhere in between me coming to your stream the first time and now you think I'm Johannes. So, but that's all good. Everyone, this is Jeff. He's a very, very nice person. He's into fish. And you should check him out. Okay. So I like this schedule thing too for like work. Like I said, for vacations. Oh, speaking of vacations, in 2 weeks from now, I think it's about 2 weeks now, I will be taking a week off from work, and Ron is supposed to be coming this way. So he's going to be visiting me for about a week in about 2 weeks, and that's exciting. So keep your eyes peeled, because when he's here, I'm sure we'll be doing some live streams together. And also lots of video, and then we're just spending a lot of time together. Remember, Jeff, what do you call that? I was going to give you a quiz. Remember me saying that? I'm going to quiz you. It's all good, Jeff. I don't know. Somehow he's able to try to memorize lots of people's names, and I wouldn't be able to do that. So I think that's great that Jeff tries to learn lots of names. I was able, if I'm able to speak, I can say this. I was able to be introduced to Jeff not too long ago. Was that within the last couple of weeks? I'm trying to remember. Were you on? Oh, now I'm having brain farts. Pokemon Fish Guy. Oh my gosh. Oh, B-Wizzle. I think he was on B-Wizzle's panel, if I recall to how I got introduced to who Jeff is. Oh, now Jeff remembers. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, I love this because here, I'm going to show you just a blank month, I guess. So, you don't know all my plans now. See if I have any more. Yeah, I don't think I wrote in December yet. Very much, if at all. Very little. Okay. So I like this calendar because of the size, I guess, of the calendar itself. I like the paper. It's not that shiny. I don't like the shiny kind. They're hard to write on. It's a nice, just normal paper. And they're nice, large squares to write all your things in. The only... Oh, as I lose all my recipes. The only thing I don't like about this is they don't go... Well, it says 2024, but it seems to me... Well, maybe this one's a little better, but I've had ones... No, yeah, because it started in October, I think. It doesn't go like from like just January to December. It goes like from the middle of one year to the middle of another year. I'm the type I'd rather it be all 1 year. Don't go into different years in the middle of different years. That's just weird. Now, like I said, I like the calendar size because then I have a lot of space to utilize. Now, it's extra big book that has all this extra stuff that I don't use. I mean, they do have all this extra, like if you want to put details of things. I never use that. I get this on clearance, so I just skip all that. I just go to the actual calendars. I don't know. I don't get into that stuff. Anyway, if you're a schedule calendar kind of person, I really like this one. I hadn't used to be into this kind of stuff, but it is really nice for me for a visual of things beyond that day, I guess. Because now we're in October, right? So I'm able to open this up to October. And like I know that, oh yes, I wrote in here that I had a live stream for today. And that I have a rental this afternoon to do at my work. So I like this as a good visual for the month then. So I like this for just a quick visual of the month. And then I like my handy dandy, just whatever notebook you like, and write out my day. So this is like my daily thing. Sometimes on the side, I'll write what's all going on in that week. If there's a lot of things, I might write that in here too. But it's mostly for the day. So, I know, I keep talking about it, but I really do like my schedule. Like this was yesterday, but I have to do today. And then a separate one for grocery. So I have a grocery, and that I just use a piece of my notebook for that. So I have a grocery list, a daily list, and my calendar that I threw over there. So there you go. Anyway, so Jeff is newer in the house here. So Jeff, what are you having this morning? And I see I'm fogging up again. There we go. I am almost done enjoying a cappuccino. Yes, I'm having it in my Christmas mug that Ron got me. And Jeff, when I'm talking Ron, I'm talking this guy right here. Toyman's Bar and Grill is Mr. Ron. And he lives in Canada, but he will be coming down to visit me in 2 weeks in Minnesota. So, just a message here. There we go. First cup coming up. Oh, a coffee. Yes, I know Ron's been on his coffee kick for the morning. Ron, what number coffee are you on? Okay. Oh, I was going to read Vanessa's note here. I also have tried and true. Oh, yeah, the pencil and the pen and pencil. I mean, paper and pencil, sorry. The Cambridge double loop wire hardback letter size notebook. Yeah, and notebooks make a difference too. Like you could go to the Dollar Tree or something, and or even at Walmart. There's certain ones I like better because the spacing is different with the little lines, and then how thick the paper can be different, and how big, like how many papers are in the notebook. And then, of course, the width and everything of the notebook. Isn't that interesting? So there's lots of factors. This is my favorite notebook right now. This thing right here. It's stable. It's a good size. And I like this spacing. Now, I can go back to where my blank was. I lost my place. Because I do have some other things that I have in here too. Oh, there we go. Get it back to the page where I'm going to write in later. But see, I want to, is this called college? What did it say? I'm not sure. Oh, yes, college rule, it said. So apparently having this many lines distance is college ruled. I like college, apparently. Because you know how some of the books, it'll be losing stuff again out of here. Anyway, you know how some are a lot like the lines are a lot like fatter. I don't know. I like this. It makes it good for my list. Like it's just right for when I do my list. And sometimes I won't go exactly on the line. I might get 3 sentences for 2 spaces, if that makes sense. One of the sentences or thoughts might be right on the line, but it's for me and how big my font is, I guess. It's perfect because I don't need it to be huge and I don't want it to be so tiny I can't read it. So I have had other notebooks because it just happens, but that's my favorite one. Yeah, it's my favorite. Oh. Welcome-ish, everyone. I don't know. I just got this the other day, so I have to show it off. I love this. Think about it. Welcome-ish. Now for pretty much like everybody here, I just say welcome and get rid of the ish. But there's certain people in your life you're going to be like, welcome-ish, depends on who you are and how long you stay. Because there's certain people in your life, you're like, if they're only here for 5 minutes, they'll be okay. But if they're here for more than that, you're like, yeah. Be it somebody you stay with, somebody that visits, or you go visit them. Some people you just can't have much, if any of. Yummy, yummy. I'm just looking around here. What else? I show you. I don't know. I know this. My cappuccino's gone. Wow, it's already at 50 minutes or something like that. I'm planning to go for an hour, so about 10 more minutes, and then I'll be shutting this down. Still got oatmeal. I know, oatmeal always looks kind of droopy. But it tastes okay. And everybody, make sure at some point you remember to relax. Relax. Yes, it's good to relax, always. I like wearing this shirt because it reminds me to relax. And I'm trying to remind you guys, you need to relax at times. You know how, well, when we make these lists, be it literal or in our minds of what we want to do, we don't usually put relax on the list, do we? Most of us don't anyway, I don't think. But I do nowadays. Yep, towards the end of the day, I have tea time and relax. And also to write in my journal and to watch maybe a movie or some shows and to go to bed on time so I can get some good sleep. So relax and sleep almost always gets neglected by people because we're always thinking work, 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 work. Most of us normal people, I'll say. There are some people that will do almost anything to not do anything. But that, in my opinion, is not a normal, real person. Most of us are determined to get a lot of things done, and we forget to sit down and to relax and take time for ourselves and to re-energize and to sleep. I was up late. I just woke up a few minutes ago. Ah, yes. Yes, that happens. Well, wakey, wakey. Well, this oatmeal, after making it almost an hour ago, is now cold, but it still tastes good. So this has been fun. I get to have my breakfast, talk about a few things while sharing it with you all. Now I got music in my head. Sorry, you can't hear it though. It's in my head. Now today I wanted to just do a solo stream where it's just me. But if anybody would be interested, maybe I can do another stream sometime when, like a panel. So then a few of us can be up here chit-chatting, be it a coffee stream or be it a later in the day. It's kind of nice to have a variety, I guess. Like yesterday, Toyman, aka Ron, and I did a stream together on his channel. And then I knew he'd be probably tired and or sleeping because he was up later and needed to sleep in. And either way, he knows sometimes I like to do a solo stream, so I'm doing a solo stream today. But maybe, so maybe sometime we can do a panel stream and just, that can be interesting too. Like streams can be interesting in different ways. It can be nice being all by yourself. I know there's some people that don't like it, but there are pros to it. You can have the floor the whole time and you don't have to worry about over talking somebody else or something, and you can just keep your own mind frame and continue. Now, the con is if your mind goes blank and you don't know anything else to talk about, you don't have anybody else to literally talk to because I can't hear you all. You're just typing. So that's nice when you have a co-host, kind of like when Ron and I did our stream yesterday. Then we can bounce things off of each other. And then the other thing would be a panel, which would be more than 2 people. And that can be fun. But I've noticed that if you get too many people, then it's just chaos. So yeah, just having, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 of us up here can be fun too. Yes, there's pluses and minuses to all of those, in my opinion. Being solo, having a co-host, and then having a group of people, which would be like a panel. Very fun time together with drinks and breakfast. Thanks so much. Yeah. I mean, think about it. I was going to have a cappuccino and my oatmeal and all these things I would have done anyways. Yes, exactly, Jeff. When you run out of things to say, it's nice to have a panel or at least a co-host. Now, doing it solo for like an hour isn't bad. There's usually enough things to talk about. I mean, it can be a little awkward maybe at first when there's like, seems like there's nobody in the house yet. But I don't know. I just start talking about things. It's like I'm talking to myself. Maybe I do that in general. Maybe that's why it's easy. And now it's like, I would have done this anyways. I brushed my hair once already, but when it's really wet, it's hard to really get through it. So like I said, these are all things I would have done this morning. Obviously, I took a shower, I got dressed, all that stuff. That part I really can't share with you. But once that was decent and I was going to sit down to eat, I'm like, it's stuff I was going to do anyways, right? I was going to have cappuccino. I was going to have oatmeal. I'm going to brush my hair. Now, I haven't written out my notebook yet because I've had lots to talk about and people to see what they're saying in the chat. But if I got bored to death or something, I could have started writing in my notebook. There's things to do. Not a dull moment. And yes, my hair is getting very long. I suppose I could get up and turn around and I can show you how long it is. I am shedding a little bit though. It happens. It's that time of year. And I suppose if you only take a shower like once a week, for reasons. All right. Let's see how good or bad my hair looks today. It's not the thickest hair in the world, but it is pretty long. And I know there's pros and cons to thick and thinner hair too, because people with thicker hair have issues also. We all have issues of some sort. Okay, so yeah, again, I gotta emphasize, gotta relax, everyone. Make sure I don't got a wedgie. Whoop, sorry. Well, hopefully I don't. That was my hip. Okay. Let's see. Can you see my hair? Yeah. Okay. See that? There's my hair. Pretty long, huh? Pretty long. And since I'm standing over here, look at this giant leaf. I went camping with family a couple weeks ago, and I had to grab this leaf off the ground. It was huge. And then I had it in the car, and I was afraid because the wind would catch it, and I was like, it's going to get ruined. So, I don't know if this is cool or weird. I don't care. I think it's cool, and that's all that matters. I got a frame from the Dollar Tree, and I stuck it in there as a memory of the wonderful camping trip that I wish I could still be on. Look how big this is. This is a printer paper size, which is like an 8 by 11 inch piece of paper, and it almost fills out the whole thing. I thought that was so cool. Yeah, cool stuff. Oh, I know something I haven't shown you all. See this chicken? Cool chicken, huh? One of my coworkers was on a month-and-a-half trip. This is an antique. I think it's a rooster. Anyway, it's an antique. And she got it for me. I don't know if it's showing up in the... Can you see? It's like, it glistens like a rainbow. I don't know if you can see that a little bit. It's really cool. Anyway, I just thought since I was up, I could show you that. Anyway. So yes, when I'm sitting here, most people have no idea how long my hair is. So I thought since I brushed it, I could stand up and show you. Oh, and look at that. And just like that, see, I'm pointing up here. You can't see it, but I can see it. It says we've been live for 1 hour and 1 minute and 45 seconds. That went so fast. Well, I hope you all had fun. If you enjoy this, as long as I am available on a Saturday morning, as long as I don't have a rental right away on a morning, on a Saturday, which I usually don't, we could do this somewhat routinely. You could come and have coffee or tea with me. And yeah, I thank you all for swimming over. And maybe every once in a while for coffee, I'll have a panel of us coffee and tea people. So, I'll give you 1 second to say anything else. I mean, I'll still see it after the scenes for a little bit, because usually the comments can come in for a little bit afterwards, and then they go away, obviously. Or you just can't. It's timed out. Like, what, a minute or two after the stream ends or something. Oh, geez. I'm a little sensitive in my throat. Like, I'll get like... I must have a piece of oatmeal stuck somewhere. So I should probably go before I start hacking, and that might not be as nice of a sight. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. And the nice thing with only doing it for an hour is if there's anybody that's still sleeping or they just couldn't be here, they could always watch the replay. And since I'm talking, I am showing a couple of things, but I'm talking, a person could almost see this as a podcast, or not see it. I guess you would be listening to it, but you see what I mean? I do really like videos that do a lot of talking, or live streams where they do a lot of talking, because then I'm able to do other things. I don't have to be visually engaged. So yeah, it can be helpful. So I love those for when I'm folding clothes, I'm cleaning, I'm trying to multitask. I don't like the videos where they're just showing things and that's it for that. And then there's times I want to sit down and just visually see things, if that makes any sense. So anyways, with that, StreamYards. If you use StreamYards, it has a cool new feature where you can put the intro and the outro all ready to go. So all I have to do now is push end stream and it will do the outro for me. You don't understand how cool that is. Because for the last couple of years using StreamYards, I would have to find the video and the stream and click it just right. No, click it and then end the stream. But you got to try to get it just right. Now I don't have to. I'll let the computer do it. It's great. So yeah, if you don't have StreamYards, click the link in the description. Don't forget. I love StreamYards. And so does Ron. All right. We'll see you later. Bye.